crew, this is your Captain KGBepis, and I'm going to be reacting to Divide music today. Now, I've been a fan of Divide music for a very long time, mainly due to his Dragon Ball music and his nerdcore regarding villains like Cell. Honestly, his Cell track is one of my favorite songs of all time. I'm going to be so real. So, being able to react to his original album is very surreal, and the fact that it's space-themed and has a lot of astronaut, and it's just icing on the cake. I'm really excited about this, and you may notice this is a little different when it comes to format. That's because I'm recording this before my debut. Let's get into it. Okay, so we're going to be reacting to the whole album today, starting with the first song, Mayday. Alright. Okay. So you're telling me you've lost connection with someone who was on a spacewalk. They're fucked. I'm just gonna be so real with you, they're fucked. Realistically speaking, having no communication and no tether to any sort of life-preserving system when you are, even when you are in low Earth orbit, is fatal. Like, you're done. So, whoever this is, they are cooked. 07, I guess. Oh, God. Oh, okay, everything looked fine from outside, like, mechanically speaking, so I don't know what could have caused that. If I had to guess, a collision with debris or exposure to solar radiation? I know this is just like the intro blurb to a music video, but I'm overanalyzing it because that's what I do. If I had to guess the cause of failure, it would have to be an overload, power array, nuclear meltdown if they were trying to use a nuclear reactor. There are many. Dude. And you're telling me this is a personal album? Bro, Divide, are you okay? Dang! Wow! I'm speechless already. Like, the only word I could describe this with is just helpless. And the use of aerospace imagery, like with a spacewalk and tether and the destruction of a spacecraft and seeing it from afar and everything. It is so good at conveying that kind of helplessness. Dude! This is insane. Ooh, face cam footage? That's very real. I know I'm not doing much, like I know that a lot of React slop is just like someone watching something and not even doing any comments. I'm trying! This is just leaving me speechless. Dude! We've all been here at that point where everything feels like it's falling apart and you really don't have a way to ground yourself. I for one, especially, can point an exact moment in my life when I was in this kind of situation. I should have listened to this at that time because it was recent. It was very recent. Dude. And again, just the utilization of imagery here with an astronaut on a spacewalk and then his spacecraft blows up, his tether is cut and everything. And that feeling of just sheer helplessness. It's genius. Like, I knew Divide could cook when it came to lyrics. Like, bro, his lyrics go insane, but this is just next level. Realistically speaking, unless there was a artificially produced atmosphere inside this spacecraft, which is the most likely case, as that's how things operate in science fiction and even in real life, there are ways to provide an atmosphere similar to Earth so people can breathe in orbit. But if that wasn't the case, this is something not many people consider. There wouldn't be an explosion. There needs to be oxygen, be an explosion, mainly due to the fireball that it emits, right? A lot of fire is primarily oxygen. It would look very anticlimactic. It would just be, think of it like Legos. It would just be falling apart like Legos. But considering that there's definitely a artificial atmosphere on this craft, it's reasonable to think that it would ignite the oxygen from that environment and cause an explosion. There just wouldn't be any sound, there wouldn't be any smoke, I don't think. I could be wrong there. As far as just the song itself goes, I'm just blown away. No, you're kind of on your own, man. Again with the face cam, dude. This is so personal. Dude. Is this a rock opera? Please tell me this is Divide's 2112. That is so peak. I was just expecting like an album, like a personal album with space-themed songs and all that stuff. Like, that's already really cool on its own. If this is Divide's 2112, oh my gosh. Dude, that was incredible. Oh, that's the name of the next song! Accurate. I can't see All right, so this already continues right where we left off. Bro was out on a spacewalk, and the spacecraft hosting it and everyone inside, his crew and everything, was destroyed. And he's now on his own, absolutely screwed. Like, bro's dead. He's lost all communication, so there's no rescue mission that could be done. Based on what info we have, the trajectory he is set on was caused by the explosion. The force extruded by the explosion pushed him back to the point where he's now drifting through space. And since there's no friction, there's no atmosphere, there's nothing to slow him down. He is just constantly moving at the same velocity in one direction. Realistically speaking, this is what someone would experience in this situation. Even if they had hours left on their tank and the means to survive this long, they'd just be hopelessly adrift in nothingness. Terrifying to think about. The real fear lies in the nothingness that is space. Those are some very bare bones looking doors, by the way. Some KGBepis lore for you. I used to install doors before I got into the space industry. So I've got my experience when it comes to how they're made, what like paneling they use, their finishing and all that stuff, and how they go up in people's houses. The slabs, like just with nothing on it, no paneling or anything, that's very rare.
And it'd be used in very niche situations, like if you're trying to match the rest of the house and you just need a singular door replaced, or if you're using it for like a crawl space or an attic. But you never see this kind of door design in really any modern house.
All right. So we're dealing with the human fear of uncertainty here. It goes along with the fear of nothingness. We as people cannot thrive in uncertainty. It's impossible. People who think more logically than emotionally, like myself, do the worst when we are faced with uncertainty. So I think that's what this song is covering, like the uncertainty of like the future, relationships, or something like that. How can I get out of the void that is uncertainty? How can I get back into something I know will happen? And how can I be secure? It's a very relatable scenario. We've all been there, and it sucks. I was just thinking it would be really funny. Stars weren't like these big masses of dust and gas, but just big ass jellyfish. Yo, Bao? What's Bao doing here, bro? Is this what the KGBepis Bao collab is gonna look like? The little guy right there, and then just... Okay, before we get into the solo, that really is the goal when it comes to uncertainty, isn't it? Like, you'll do anything to claw your way out of that. The more you try, the more strain it puts on you, physically and mentally. Personally, during those times of uncertainty, I've always felt a strain on my heart. Like, I've always felt tension in my chest during those times. I don't know if that's a common thing, but yeah, that really rings true when it comes to like, my heart can't take much more of this. And obviously the heart responds to stress. Like when you're under strain just constantly throughout the day, throughout several days and all that stuff, I'd much rather take like just a high tension risk of a heart attack, sudden jolt in stress than the constant burn of anxiety. Okay, I'm sorry. Just the reference to the painting of God and Adam at the creation of man, and then just Vegeta. You really had me in it to just... There's obviously some outer force involved, whether it's like, who is you in this scenario, right? Is it God? Like, is it a feeling of the absence of God in certain times? Or like, is it like the absence of someone you were close to? I don't know. Oh, and the butterfly's back, okay. Oh, it's the previous music video. I was waiting for it to get heavier, you know? It's a banger! It's just so good. I don't really think I'm gonna be analyzing this one. I just want to enjoy it. That's all I really gotta say about it. It goes insanely hard. I'm pretty sure Divide plays the guitar himself in all these. He's amazing at it. Okay, we're going back to the painter. Oh, I felt that. All right, like, don't get me wrong. The other two songs are beautiful, but they're so sappy, and then you just get into the heavy shit. Like, yes, dude. This is what I'm here for. I love the use of paradox, by the way. Being pulled closer but farther from myself. Bit of more Bepis lore for you. That's really how I felt when I was intoxicated. And it's a big reason why I've gone sober. I still enjoy a good beer. I live in Colorado. We're all about beer here. I've realized that out of moderation, I am miserable because it pulls me in so deep that I am just not even myself anymore. Even if I'm like slightly drunk, I get miserable. Either miserable to other people or miserable at myself or just miserable in general. I don't think that's what he was going for here. I'm gonna be real. Just relating it to an experience I have had. So it's the gravity, in his case, regret? Yeah, I think this one's more regret.
I've always hated goodbye.
I knew it. That proves it. I win. Watch Divide actually comment on this and be like, dude, you were wrong in every single way. This is some good beer, by the way. Mountain Time by New Belgium. It's almost like a fight. Should I look into that lore, Poppy Playtime and the smiling critters and all that? Is it worth it? Like, this isn't comment bait. I mean, it kind of is like, ooh, we're getting here. This is a genuine question too. Is it worth looking into, or is it just the typical like, oh, well, these guys are haunted or they've gained sentience and it's the folly of man or the consequences of one horrid person's actions. Basically Five Nights at Freddy's, but more child-friendly? Planet. Oh, it's an interlude. What a raw name. Planet Zero? That goes insane. I want to see if I can use this for like my Be Right Back music. I'd have to get in touch with Divide somehow if I wanted that, but like definitely using this for like moments where I need to breathe, you know? Music does a lot. I really can't live without music. It is so much harder to live without music. Obviously there are moments where there's people and there's scenarios where, of course, silence is ideal, but like for the majority of my time, I always need music. Just take a minute, enjoy this, breathe, hydrate if you need to. I gotta check who did the art for this. Sam Mail Arts. Well, I know who I got a commission, because, damn, dude. Following. Absolutely check him out. Okay, so we have helplessness, uncertainty, regret. What's next? Dude? The industrial bee? Are you kidding? Okay, it's God. I knew it. It's a God thing. The Parted Seas, are you kidding me? Welcome in the Broken. Is this? There's no way this is how Divide is conveying his journey with faith, right? Because let's be real. Bro has always had the vibe and the voice of a worship pastor. Is that like the inspiration? Even if it isn't, like the biblical imagery is amazing. Even outside of biblical imagery, this just goes insane. Oh my God, wait, is this Eden? Dude! No, I'm figuring it out. I'm putting it together. Dude is going from hopelessness in this world of godlessness and the dreariness of it and coming closer to God. I could be wrong. Again, Divide could see this video and comment like, bro, what the fuck are you talking about? But like, you can see where I'm getting this from, right? Cloud over the sea. Pillar of cloud. It's biblical. Is this the Christian 2112? Dude! What? I am tripping. You're kidding. Dude, the art is just so good. Dude. I am grinning. Again, I might be overthinking it. I genuinely might be. In a way, you can see this as like an acceptance of faith moment, like that moment of uncertainty before going in faith where it's like, there's no way, right? This is all insane. Have I gone insane? Is this real? That's the thing about faith. It defies logic. Being able to do that is such a massive step. Is that the story he's telling? I don't know if it is. I don't know what kind of story he's telling. That's the story I'm picking up from it. Yeah, there's no denying it anymore. I'm fully convinced at this point this is Divide's coming to Christ. What a beautiful way to tell it. I knew going in, like, I was gonna be blown away. Good lord. How is he gonna top this? This might be my favorite track in the whole thing. I have no words. You better cook, Divide. Ooh. Nice! Nice with the synth, dude. Nice! Love that. Oh, he's got, wait a minute, he's got his helmet off.
What's better than just fine reality?
Oh, that's so real. Again, I really don't want to make this about me. That's just how I feel on a daily basis, man. What's better than just fine? And I do my best. Like, I have a job that I love. I have a place that I'm happy in, and all, like, I do so much. I work so hard just to be able to say I'm better than fine. But, like, so many people can't. And so many people have to ask, what is better than fine? They don't know. I just got lucky. That is just so real, dude.
No one can understand it.
And it just, yeah, it just feels like no one understands what your definition of happiness is. Happiness isn't defined by you. You can't do this alone. When will I relinquish my pride? I hope you get to see me take that journey. What a fitting first reaction.
Singularity.
Oh, he said it, he said it, he said it, roll credits! Going back to the aerospace engineer part of this, notice how it starts out with like this monument here being made of like solely circuitry patterns and just, it's very technological, right? He still has his helmet off. So what does that mean? It means there's an atmosphere, and what provides oxygen in an atmosphere? Plants. And what are plants? Life. Boom. It's the bringing of life into a world thought lifeless. That was really good though. Wandering Travelers. That is my favorite song by far in this album. I think Singularity is absolutely the magnum opus of it though. Like, that was good. That is just so plainly the message of this album, and the message I picked up from it. Again, I cannot stress this enough. I could be absolutely wrong. It is a coming to Christ story. Let's see if the last song enforces that. Again with the synth. Nice! Hell yeah!
Have I opened my eyes for the first time? Something so familiar, yet so hard to define. I can see it even clearer, just settled in my mind, son.
It's clarity. Wow. Oh my god, I just realized. So I originally thought it's like, oh, the astronaut is looking at his past self. No! His spacesuit is hung up like a scarecrow. He's opened up.
And I've seen all I can see. I remember
Right? Okay. You're telling me Divide did all of this? Score? Like, the orchestration and the piano and everything? What can he not do? Are you kidding? That's my one gripe with the album. That should have been a guitar solo. Wow. What a way to go out. I'm so glad I waited. Because, like, what? This came out, 2 weeks ago? Like, I knew I was going to react to this album before then. Like, this was on my schedule. I'm so glad I waited. Okay, yeah, I can confirm it. I was going to say this earlier, but I was like, nah, I can't count my chickens before they hatch. Because you never know, right? This is a masterpiece. I think this is not only Divide 2112. I think this is a Christian 2112. If you don't know, 2112 by Rush is what I think is their magnum opus. It is a rock opera that takes place in space and is about the liberation of creativity from a world that denies freedom of expression, right? But my point is, it's peak. It is peak Rush. I can fully see how this is Divide's 2112. Oh my gosh, whether or not it's a Christ allegory, whether or not it is anything but what I've analyzed, even then, it is beautiful. It is genuinely one of the best albums I think I've ever heard. By all means, check out Divide Music. I will provide his link in the description below. Check out Sam Mail Arts. Please support this album. This was just an incredible experience, and I could not be happier to have waited this long to have experienced it for myself. As always, like and subscribe if you enjoyed this video. It really means a lot to me, and it lets me know that, hey, you know what? This is some content I should continue making. If you had some thoughts of your own, if you had an experience of your own, by all means, let me know about it in the comments below. You can find me live on twitch.tv/KGBepis on Tuesdays and Thursdays, and sometimes Saturdays. Until the next video, stay frosty, y'all. Bye-bye!